a second. Hello, everybody out there. Let me see if I can pull it up here. I want to make sure.
How's everybody doing?
Hi.
We should probably get started now that we're live.
Well, we are. Let's bring some odds and ends. Don't see it up.
It's not up?
Not yet. Computer's being done.
It says it's live.
Oh, we probably are. All right.
Says 2 people are watching.
Yeah, that's all right.
Hello, 2 people watching.
Hello, 2 people watching. Hopefully they can hear us this go.
Comment if you can hear us this time. They can hear us, alright. Turn your sound off so it doesn't... This is the...
Hey, Rich disappeared.
There he is.
I'm gonna give everybody a chance to get on.
Yeah, just give everybody a minute and then we'll get right into it here. Aber. We're on. We are on. Beautiful.
We are on.
So far, already better than our last go.
Slightly better.
We've got video, we can hear, it's good. Everybody in here, if you want to just share it out so we can get the word out, we're here.
Alright, people are hopping on. Alright.
Alright, so, what do we got tonight? We're going to introduce the first 2 candidates of our 2021 campaign. We got Rich Nolan, Dave Aber. We're going to do a monthly virtual town hall with the candidates, and we're going to change them out each month. You're going to get 2, maybe 4 every now and then if we can work that out. Okay, so just make sure that you go check out the website, www.deptfordnjgop.com, and then make sure you like our page here, the Deptford Republican Club and the Deptford Republican Forum, and that's where you're going to find all of our information about the club itself, and then any announcements that we have, events that we have coming up. The big event that we have coming up is our St. Patty's Day party. That's going to be March 19th at 6:30 at the Deptford Elks Lodge. And again, you can find all that information out at the webpage, deptfordnjgop.org. I'm going to try and make sure I get those links out in the chat here. Like I said, if you're here, just share it out. If you can share it out into the local town pages, any Republican pages, any pages that you got, let's get it going.
Yeah, try to sell those tickets to your friends. It's going to be a great time. Bring your friends, bring your family out. It's going to be, we're going to have music, food, alcohol, beer, wine.
All included in the price. We're
Yeah.
50 a piece, 80 for a couple. So definitely bring a friend so you get that couple price. It's going to help you out. So I guess we'll start out with Rich first. Just do some small introductions about yourselves. We'll go there and get this rolling.
All right. Hi, I'm Rich. I was actually born in Deptford. Lived here, I guess, when I was a baby, and then family moved to Pittman when I was 4. Was raised in Pittman. I spent, I guess, all my school life in Pittman, and I moved out of my parents' house pretty young, actually, to this house, which happened, it was my grandparents' house, over here in Blackwood Terrace. My grandfather started a trucking company here, turned into a family business, and yeah, so basically, I love Deptford. It's kind of like definitely a home to me. I grew up with that small town feel that I got from Pittman, and I'm trying to kind of bring the community back to Deptford. I've noticed here, when I was a kid, we had Deptford Day. There was a lot of community here, and I almost feel like we're starting to lose that. And I want to make sure that we don't lose that and we start bringing that back. I'd like to see parades. When I was in Pittman, we had parades all the time. We had all kinds of stuff, to do as a community. I'm very happy with the Blackwood Terrace Fire Department. They've had some really great events there over the years that really brought that community in. But I'd like to spread that to all of Deptford, So going on, I help run a family business with my father and my brother. We do imports, work with the USDA, unload shipping containers full of beef. It's a good time. Good time hanging out with my family and working at the same time.
Well, and that's good. The small business, I'm a small business owner as well, and I'm the 3rd generation doing it. So it's definitely, I love being my own boss to that sense and having a sense of family legacy in it. It's definitely nice. But Dave, you want to introduce yourself, a little bit about yourself, what you're getting into?
Sure. My name is David Aber. I work in as a laborer. I'm a union laborer, local 172. My father was in the military, so I moved around a lot. We came back to Deptford when he retired back in 1999. I graduated Deptford High School year 2000. I played baseball, varsity baseball for Deptford. I have one son. He's now 13 years old. He also goes to Deptford Middle School, or Magnolia.
For now.
For now.
Different middle school now, it's called.
But, alright, so I had some canned questions. We wanted to just have a conversation, but I think we got to get the basic introduction.
We gotta get rolling. We gotta get rolling here so we can get moving.
Right.
I think we're all a little nervous. I know I'm definitely nervous for some reason. I'm usually not nervous speaking to people, but I'm also not used to speaking to a camera. So
Rich is more nervous about these live streams than he is in person, which is a bit funny.
So I would like you to all meet me in person for sure, because it's hard to get my personality on camera, I think, maybe.
Right. Well, as I said, I just have a couple of canned questions, and then, this will be the only, interview section of it. But, so we'll just start. If you want to start, Dave.
Sure.
What got you involved in local politics here in the first place? And then how did you find the Deptford Republican Club? That's a good question. Was it on Facebook, online? Did you just see someone that was hanging out at Fasola Park, or?
Well, as far as the Deptford Republican page, I actually noticed it. I guess it was last year, about the time it first started. So I decided to join, but didn't really pay no mind until recently. That's why I started to get involved. And like a lot of you watching tonight, I've grown frustrated with the leadership in Deptford. The incumbents have been in charge for as long as I can remember, and I feel that their message has gotten stale and out of touch. Somewhere along the line, I feel that they forgot to listen to the people of our town. And that's why I decided to run. I want to bring back leadership and bring back the representation that our town deserves.
Yeah, that kind of goes to what Rich was saying.
Yeah, I think me and Dave are on the same page with that. I mean, Deptford's a great place. I can't knock, our current guys, they've been doing it for so long. It's still a great place. They have obviously done a good job, but it's definitely time to get some new faces in, some fresh ideas, some new eyes looking at the books.
New energy.
Some new energy, see what we can do to make Deptford better, They've had their chance to make Deptford what they want it to be, and now I think it's time for a new crew to come in and see what we can do. Give us a chance, I mean, that's really why I got involved, with politics. I have children. Family is big, I got a family business, living in my family's home, where the business all started. I want to build a good future for my kids, and I got really frustrated with the direction New Jersey's going, with the massive debt, the nanny state laws, and I really wanted to get involved. So I went to my local county club meeting because I couldn't find anything about the Deptford Republicans. I asked them, hey guys, I really want to get involved at a local level. Could you guys get me in contact? What's going on in Deptford? How can I help? And they were pretty much like, well, you're Deptford. So, they told me about the county committee, and I got started on that, and I ended up getting the ball rolling in Deptford here. I can't take too much credit because you guys have been great. All the volunteers and everything have really, really helped, and they've kind of keep pushing me along, which is great. And that's probably part of the reason why I'm running, is because I want to continue that. I want to continue what I started here and bring it to the voters. There's a decent amount of people that voices aren't being heard in Deptford, and we would definitely like to have their voices heard. I think I could bring some young, honest energy to the council, and I think that's what we need.
And that's what we want most, is that, even though we're Republicans, it doesn't matter what your political affiliation. You should be watching what we're doing and how we're going about it, and we want to hear your input. That way, the input from the town, the people in the town, is how we're going to be able to judge what we're going to do going forward. That's one of the most important things.
Please hold us accountable. I beg you, hold us accountable.
Yep. And then we need to hear what your problems are. If there's any issues going on in the town that you want addressed, bring them to our attention so that we can address them. It's the way that we're going to be able to do it.
Yeah, for sure. We're not here. We're not here to get elected and serve over you and be your rulers or anything like that. Like some of the politicians nowadays are acting. We are here to be public servants.
King Murphy.
Yeah, we're here as public servants. We want to hear from you. We want to represent you. We want to know what you want. We want to try to do our best to make sure your tax dollars are well spent on what you think is important.
Yeah, we want to be a conduit for your voice.
Right. Yep, is it? Because a lot of people feel like they're not being listened to in Deptford in a lot of areas, and we're kind of trying to keep our finger on that pulse so that we know what we're doing going forward. We can build a platform and you said try and help out Deptford the best we can. I think Rich touched on it. Deptford is a good place.
Oh, yeah.
You know, when I was looking around for houses, I've only lived in Deptford for 2 years, but my wife's family grew up in Deptford, lived in Deptford, and I grew up in West Deptford, so I'm familiar with the area. But when we were looking at houses, I mean, you know, Deptford was attractive because of the nice areas. It was low taxes compared to a lot of other things that we were looking at. But those low taxes is definitely something that we're going to have to try and work on keeping low. Yeah. Especially with the state spending budget that they've just released, it's a bit out there. But I just want to real quick, you know, we said Deptford was a good place to live. So again, some of the canned stuff. What, in your opinion, is the best thing about Deptford?
Okay, so I'll go on first with that, and I guess the best thing about Deptford for me is the location. I love it here. I love being able to drive to Philly in 20 minutes and go to see the nightlife there,
Close to
or go to the waterfront there. That being said, I love the river, the Delaware River. My family has some boats, and we love going out there. I love taking the kids swimming in the river. As gross as you guys might think, it's not that bad. I mean, it's nice. It's just a nice area. The shore isn't far away. You know, going to the beach is great. You know, the mountains aren't far. New Jersey's a great place. Everything is close. And Deptford's nice because, you know, we're not in a city here. We have the area. You know, I have my chickens. I love my chickens. If anybody noticed my chicken shirt.
Free range rich.
But, you know, and not only do I have free range chickens, but I have free range children. You know, I send them outside to play, and I don't have to worry about anything happening to them because, you know, it's a decent neighborhood. We know our neighbors, you know, things are good here. And I really like that about Deptford. I would like to see it stay that way, though.
Well,
and that's one thing.
More, make it more of that small town.
Yeah, more. Yeah, but
that would definitely be be nice. And like you said, that's probably been lost a lot lately.
Oh yeah. Another thing is the family aspect. Like I said, close to my family because it's such a nice town. Families stay close. My grandmother lives over in Oak Valley. My other grandmother lives on the premise at work with us because it's like an old farm. So there's a farmhouse, and you know, that's like 10 minutes from here. Not in Deptford, but right on the outskirts of Pittman. And so it's nice having the family here. It's nice having you know, the whole family thing with the property, like I said.
So you got a lot of ties to Deptford. That's
like basically, my favorite thing about Deptford is Deptford's my home. Right. You know, and that's why I want to protect it because it's like, you know, you hate to see.
You don't want to leave your home.
Yeah, I don't want to leave my home because of something the government's doing.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I want it to kind of stay my home and keep the taxes under control, keep the government overreach under control, so I can continue to call this place my home, just like my family did.
We know New Jersey's having an issue with that, mass exodus of people. People are fleeing New Jersey. So we got to make sure that Deptford's attractive to families and keep them here.
Yeah.
Best thing about Deptford, Dave, what do you got?
To build on what Rich was saying, Deptford, it's home. It's our tight-knit neighborhoods. It's our friends. It's our family. I mean, growing up as a Navy brat, I've been to many towns and all across the country, and a lot of places don't have things like we have here. I mean, it's something special. We need to hold on to it.
All right. Now a little bit more digging into it. The worst thing about Deptford. Well, not the worst.
The worst thing.
Let's not say
That's
worst,
a strong word.
But the thing that you think would need the most improvement. What in Deptford needs to be improved, and what would you like to work on?
Doing my research in the budget to see how, where, why, when we spend money, I found it difficult to find the details I was looking for. So I have to say the biggest improvement that we need is a better transparency.
Yeah, well, I mean that's top of the list for us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely something we're trying to do.
It's definitely something that and you know, to Bill's question there, what can we offer? What's our platform? Transparency at the top of the list. When we get in there, we want to open the books to everybody and make sure that it's accessible information that everybody can get. And then that way you can give us the input on what you see.
Yeah, we're not only going to make it available for you, we're going to actively be sticking that information out there. We're going to say, hey guys, we salted and plowed this snowstorm, and this is exactly how much it cost you. This is how much tax dollars we spent on this, by the way. That way, you can see these numbers and say, wow, that seems like a lot of money.
Yeah.
And, really let the taxpayer know where and when their tax dollars are getting spent. I think stuff like that will really go a long way to keep it in everybody's head, that these aren't just, it's not just an open checkbook, these are people's hard-earned dollars we're spending. And I want to keep that in our that's definitely in all of our candidates' minds. I feel like as the government gets used to, it seems like the government just like spends our tax dollars like an open checkbook, It's just like, no matter what, they know they're coming in, and I would like to kind of treat our taxpayers more as like customers, like better customer service, it's unfortunate that they have to pay the taxes,
Yeah.
We should at least give them a good product and show them, what we are doing with their money, and be held accountable for what we're doing with their money.
Well, you said something recently that every time we write a bill to spend money, we should have a moment of silence.
Yeah, that was a joke I had said. We got to pave the roads. We got to we have to spend the money to keep the town nice. But
Yep.
when we spend that $2 million to pave that road, maybe the council should have a moment of silence to reflect on all that hard work we just spent. All that hard-earned dollars of taxpayers.
So would you
gave
say
us.
Transparency is top of the list for you, or do you have anything
I
in
would, but-
other areas?
I would, but when I was thinking about that question, and as far as improving areas of Deptford that we could look into, I really like nature and hiking. Definitely like, I'm really big into that. I always have been. I was in the Scouts since I was a kid. And, my kids, I don't know if you can hear them through the video, but they're yelling in the background right now. But yeah, I love going outside with my kids. Like I said, I send them outside. Today was a nice day. As soon as I got home from work and they were done school, I was like, guys, have you been outside yet today? And they were like, no. So I immediately kicked them out of the house till it got dark. Sent them back into the woods, said, go find a stick, go hit a tree with it, go be a kid out in the woods. So I would like to see the woods in Deptford get cleaned up, because I know I've seen a lot of it, and we have some good organizations starting up that are really taking care of the litter in the woods. But it's more than just the litter; it's the parks. I noticed that that we really like putting brand new fancy playground equipment in the parks, which is great. But it seems like the rest of the parks are lacking. Like the hiking trails, the paths, and I'm not talking pave a path. I would like to take some, lessons out of the state parks books where they keep it natural but maintained. So you have no problem walking down the trail, not on pavement, an actual trail, but the trail is well kept, well marked, so you know where you're going. All it takes is a little wooden sign with arrows, and we could print out pamphlets so people have it at these parks, and we could encourage getting our community out to the outdoors to the parks. Especially, I think that's very important now with everybody being kept inside with COVID and continuing with this COVID, is like, look, you don't have to be inside, it's healthy to go outside, get that fresh air, start walking, and as more people start coming out, I'd like to see these parks get cleaned up. That's obviously something as the community, as volunteers, we can help with, and I have no problem, I'm sure the volunteers of our community would have no problem helping us with that, so we probably wouldn't even have to spend any money. We would just have to reach out the helping hand, give them the supplies they need to take care of these areas, give them the permission they need to put these kind of signs up and stuff,
Well, hopefully, coming into the spring here, the COVID restrictions are going to lessen. We'll actually be able to get outside and do things and talk and be normal people again.
Yeah.
So, just going through it, as I said, for our platform, you can go onto the website, like I said, www.deptfordnjgop.org, and we had a little bit of a write-up there as to what we plan on doing in town. As I said, transparency is number one on top of that, and I think transparency is probably the most important thing. Going forward, everybody needs to know what's going on in their community so that they can be a part of it. And if it's hard to get that information, or if it's all in legalese speak and it's not in plain English, it's going to be tough to actually get your input in there.
Yeah. My dream is literally us posting on the Facebook town pages and on our website, like, what happened today? What did we do? What did the town do today? In layman's terms, nice and easy. This is where your tax dollars went today. I think that would be a great thing to change. You know, just everybody. This is what happened today. This is what the town did. You know, our dump truck broke down and we fixed it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Just like the day to day that happens, let everybody know. You know, be fully transparent, and that'll help too for when other generations and other people want to get on the council. They're knowing what we're doing.
Right.
They're knowing what is involved with this, because I mean, I know I can speak for myself. I don't want to be on the town council for long. I would like to let other people, bring other people up. You know, everybody. I think it takes a community to run the town, and I would really like to see the community step up. And that goes for the other boards in town too: school board, planning board, zoning board. I would like to see lots of new faces on all of these.
Well, I think
And not just Republican faces too. I'm talking the community. I would like to see the community get more involved, because I think everybody's gotten very complacent with what's going on.
Well, and that's what we were saying earlier, before. We want everybody, Democrat, Independent, Republican, come up to us, give us your ideas, tell us what's going on. That's the only way we're going to be able to do it. And it is kind of a Republican platform for term limits. Now, we wouldn't necessarily need them if we had the enthusiasm and we were able to cycle these places out. And that's what we think we want to try and drum up. Get everybody involved so that, we can get new faces, fresh faces every time that an election's coming up, and it's not somebody sitting in the same chair for 20 years.
Yeah, that's the dream, because the longer you stay in, the more complacent you get, the less you're looking at everything, and the more stuff slips by, and that's what I think's happening. At least that's what it seems like it's happening with my experience so far. Since I've gotten involved in politics, I've been looking much closer at everything, and it definitely seems like there's a lot of complacency going on. And it's no fault necessarily to the council members. Like I said, they've been doing it for a long time, and I think it's definitely time for a change.
Yeah, well, and we're seeing, there's a lot of frustration going around right now in town with schooling. I'm seeing a lot of that, and we're trying to make an effort as a club to make sure that we get more involved there. So what we would like to see is Deptford out there. We would love to see more parents and everybody getting involved so that we're better informed, and it kind of gets these officials to have to talk about the issues. I don't have any kids in school at the moment, but I know that the communication's a problem, and that goes more towards the transparency that we have with local government at the moment.
Yeah, and your kids will be in school before you know it. Trust me.
Oh yeah,
fast.
yeah, they're 2 and 3.
And building upon that, I would like to see more ready and available information for when these meetings are taking place. I mean, you have to go search onto the town website to find out when the council's meeting, when the school board's meeting. I would like to have. I guess it would be
Like try to
reminders.
try
every now
to
and
drum
then,
up people to come. Push people to come.
Pass by.
Maybe have refreshments at the meetings. Like, hey guys, come out to the town council meeting. This local business is donating donuts. Like, come on out, have a snack. Let's talk. Try to get people to actually come to these. That way, you don't have 2 or 3 people from town at your board meetings.
Well, you said 2 and 3 people at a board meeting or at any council meeting. What kind of input are you actually getting?
Exactly.
Yes.
And especially, we don't want to be off-putting. I know I've heard some stories of that.
We want to welcome everybody to come out to our meetings. We want the input from the town. We want to see what you guys have to say, good or bad, about us. I mean, I think constructive criticism is wonderful, and I know as chairman of the Deptford Republican organization, I've gotten a lot of criticism, and I've taken it, and I've tried to build off that, and I would like to continue that as I continue up running for council. If you guys see anything you think I should do differently, or you want to add something to my message, let me know. I will take it into consideration for 100%.
Yes, Dominic said open door policy.
Exactly. We're going to have open door policy.
Yep. And at no time should you feel that you can't contact your councilman or councilwomen.
We are your representatives. Anything that you need to say to us, you can say to our face, or call us up, or come knock on my door and tell me, because I will listen to you 100%.
I said we are your neighbors, and that's the whole thing. We're all in this together to take, I guess their quote,
It's not my town, it's our town.
Right.
Exactly.
Yep. And then Lisa. These 2 guys, we got Rich and Dave, they're running for town council. They're going to be running in 2021. They'll be on the ballot in November, along with our other 2 candidates, Robin, you can see her in chat, Robin and Martin.
Yeah. And Robin and Martin are going to be on next month?
Next month, they'll be on, we're going to be doing this monthly virtual town hall. And basically what we're going to do is, it's designed to introduce everybody to our candidates and our organization, as well as get the feedback. If you have questions, stick them in the comment section. we're trying to roll with that. That's the point of it is, again, the engagement. We want everybody out asking us questions. We want to be answering questions, all that.
And furthermore, if we can't get to your questions tonight, we see them in the chat record here, and we can probably shoot you a message or whatever later on.
Yep. As I said, at any time that there's a question, like I said, transmission, we're available now. You can go, like I said, to our website. We have a contact information up there, our emails and that. You can go to our Facebook, our forum pages, and post questions, and we will make sure we get back to them. I mean, like I said, transparency is our number one point. We're going to get in, we're going to open the books, get everybody the information that they need.
Go to your crate. Go to your crate.
Yeah, see, Bill.
Sorry about the dogs.
Bill touched on it. Brought to you by the people, not brought to you by the mayor and council. Now,
Oh, yeah.
I've seen some like parades, and I think I went to an Easter egg
Oh, that's the
hunt,
worst.
and it does seem that they're congratulating themselves. I've seen signs brought to you by the town council.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's brought to you by the Deptford taxpayers.
Yeah.
And that's what the number one thing needs to be.
Yeah, I definitely I want to stop. I mean, trust me, we're not going to be patting ourselves on the back. We're doing this, for the town, and obviously 100%, the taxpayers are funding everything, and I would love to see a plaque that said, brought to you by the Deptford taxpayers,
Yep.
Somebody goes to our park and knows that was brought to them, the taxpayers paid for it.
Well, I'd rather not have to pay for the sign. Everybody just knows that.
Yeah.
Let's save the
of
$50
course.
on the sign. We don't
Save
need
the sign, save the sign, save the ceremonies,
Yep. Yeah. But say, hey, we're your town council. Enjoy your day.
Yeah, enjoy your day.
You guys paid for it. Have fun.
Yeah. Enjoy it, bring your dog, we love dogs, all of us.
You can tell, they're trampling around.
Yeah,
I mean, that I think goes to the point. He said, we're about what? Family, community, transparency. We want to be here for you guys because we're all in it together for real. We're trying to live in this community, and especially nowadays with COVID and everything, there are definitely issues. And
we got to stick together on this. 6 feet apart, though.
Yeah, well, we don't have our plexiglass up.
Well, we're around each other all the time. We're practically family, so it's good.
Yeah.
It's all good. But we should talk about that. About the family we're starting, the club we're starting here with the Republicans. We can't do this alone. We're not going to be able to win alone. If the three of us, or I guess the five of us, our four candidates and our chairman Derek, if we try to run this campaign alone, we're going to lose. We won't be able to raise enough money, and we won't have enough boots on the ground.
I mean, right now we've got a small, good core group. We've got a good core group, and they do a lot of
And so it's definitely not us, not just us. We do have a great group,
Yep.
and that's wonderful. And I think even with the group we have, we can win, but we sure as heck could use some more help.
Well, we need the help.
Yeah, we need the help. And that's the thing is, not only do we need the help, Deptford needs the help, because we have these county committee seats.
That one's definitely you.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, we're looking at the questions. But the county committee seats, I think we still have like 6 districts that don't have any representation on this county committee, and that's really important. I think we have 20. We have 20 out of 44 seats filled, so there's plenty of room. Plenty of districts
Do we
that
have
only have
20
one person.
already?
Yeah, I think we have 20 now.
That's crazy.
So
I think
we're
when we
growing.
started this, we only had you, Joe, Martin.
Oh yeah, when we started. It was me, Joe, Martin, a couple other people, and then we brought a decent amount of people on, like Kathleen and Judy, and a decent amount of people. But and then you guys came later,
Yep.
so you guys actually aren't officially on the county committee yet. But
no.
but
We're
we're getting you there. So now's the time. I mean, now if you get into us now, we can get you in on the ballot. You'll be at the bottom of the ballot. You won't be running against anybody. You'll only be. And if you do run against somebody, it will just be another Republican. It's not a bipartisan race. Basically there's Democrats. They run in the even years, and we run in the odd years. So you don't have to worry about any drama. You're just you're volunteering to be the representative of your community on the county committee. But really, you don't have to do much county stuff. I think there's like one county event a year you have to attend, or you're supposed to attend to vote on the county representatives for the state party. But really, what you're doing is representing your voting district on the county committee for Deptford. So you'll come to the monthly Deptford meetings, and you'll tell them what's going on in your community. So and so wants a speed bump in front of her house because the cars keep speeding by. Do you think you guys could try something about that? That way your district doesn't have to come talk directly to us. They can tell you, like, hey, you think you could talk to Rich now that he's on council about this speed bump? And
Yep.
so I don't know.
So
I don't know if you could do that, but I'll definitely bring it up to him.
What I like about the call it like the county committee seats is you're the frontline volunteers for the Deptford Republican Party. You know, you're the ones that are going to be engaged.
Yeah.
Because
I've got a question here. Are you planning a Meet the Candidates Day in person? Well, we have a annual, where it's going to be St. Patty's Day Beef and Beer. Tickets are available for that, and the candidates will be there, as well as you can come down to our meetings. We have a in-person meetings, and we also have pretty much like a Zoom meeting. Once a week?
Go to the next month. So that's March, and the tough thing about March is we have to meet inside. So it's tough to have a huge, like I said, the St. Patty's Day thing. Get tickets for that. That's inside. But the problem we're finding with right now with the COVID-19 restrictions and everything, the venues are pretty expensive. So that's why we have to make it a fundraiser. That way we can use the funds to pay for the hall, pay for the food, pay for the entertainment to get everybody out. So definitely, if you can, come out to that March 19th event. But April, and as it gets warmer out, we're going to have outside events planned that are free that you can come to and meet us, and we will be there. Yep. We have a dog walk in the park, I think, and we're going to try to clean up some trash and hang out at Fasula Park. So you guys come out to that, meet us, ask us questions, hang out with us, and then I think we also have a tax day, April 15th, when our taxes are due. We're going to have a tax day tea party that night. We're going to have like tea and cookies and
just
all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, just hang out.
And as I said, we do have weekly virtual meetings, and they're posted out on the forum page every week so that you can join in. And that's kind of where we give basic updates. We have the monthly meeting, a monthly executive meeting, except for this month. We had to cancel.
Yeah. If anybody's watching and they haven't heard, tomorrow night's meeting's canceled. So
if you go
don't come to Martin's house.
Yeah, if you go to DeptfordNJGOP.org/events, you can see our calendar, and that's, we've got everything lined out there. And again, you can always contact us. We're pretty available at the moment.
Put that in the comments, the website link.
I'll put that up. As I said, you can find us on Facebook, send us a message, go to the website, find the email, the contact us email, and shoot us some questions. We want the input. Bill Braun says no dogs are allowed at Fasula Park. That's
why it's a dog walk protest.
It's, silly ordinances like that.
Yeah.
That rolls right into it.
That does roll right into it. That's another point. We want to get rid of these ordinances that are nothing but a burden on the taxpayers.
Right. So
why is that an ordinance? Why can't, if you can walk a human there's trash cans everywhere to pick up your dog waste. Why can you not walk a dog in Fasula Park?
Right. Now, as I said, these ordinances, we want to do an ordinance audit. We want to go through the local ordinances and find the ones that are useless or wasteful.
Or oppressive. We don't want any of these oppressive ordinances.
Right.
We want freedom in Deptford. We want the freedom to do the freedom to enjoy yourself. Freedom to walk your dog in the park. Freedom to have more than 6 chickens. You know what I mean? Just on your own property. If it becomes a problem, I could see, but we just don't want to give the local government a reason to interfere with your everyday life.
What's that? They have more important things to do and deal with than dogs at Fasula Park.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, cut the ordinances. Find important constructive things to do.
Yeah.
And if we have enough time to start breaking people's balls about walking their dogs in the park, we need to find all that litter.
Yeah.
We need to find everything else to do. They should not be hurt. They should not. That's just the thing. Don't get me started on that.
Worked up now.
But yeah, I'm gonna get worked up. But honestly, with all the litter and everything that needs to be done in town, useless ordinances to send a code enforcement officer around looking at people's properties and complaining about people and finding people when there's so much else to do around the town. I think the town really needs to look at themselves before they start burdening the taxpayers with complaints.
I mean, obviously some of these things are necessary. You can't have somebody just throwing a shack addition onto their house that's going to fall down later on. It is a problem. There are things that need to be taken care of.
Yeah.
But I am sure, again, transparency. Once we get in there and we look at these ordinances, we look at these things, I'm sure we're going to find tons of things that we could probably get rid of.
People bathe their dogs in the splash pad.
Okay, so we'll do one sign: no dogs.
No bathing in the splash pad. Period.
Yeah, sweet.
the splash pad's a whole nother thing. I mean, that's great. I mean, my kids love the splash pad, but that has become almost like a Deptford meme. The
Yeah.
splash pad. When's the supermarket coming to Deptford?
Yeah.
I see that a lot.
Well, I live right walking distance of the Soul Park, and I love it. I'll go there, walk around. It's a great place. And
Yes, the Zoll Park is a great park.
Yep.
I would like to definitely see some of the other parks, improved, definitely. But like I said, I don't like pavement. I guess I could say in parks, and pavement's nice to an extent, but I would like to see, some nature. Let's clean up the nature, make the nature accessible. That way, our people can visit the woods.
Well, said, yeah, and that's definitely time that can be spent instead of getting on people about certain ordinances. Maybe they could go and clean up the parks.
Yeah.
Better spent.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. We want to talk about like the business environment right now in New Jersey. Or?
Anybody have any questions for us? Shoot some questions out in the comments. We'll answer them, and if not, we'll close it up. I mean, I think we've been talking for a while
A
now.
little bit.
Deptford
We need
Day.
Deptford Day back. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was actually thinking maybe we should just plan an event as a party, a Deptford Day.
Yeah.
What I forget. I don't know
I
what
was
day
actually
exactly.
thinking
A big barbecue, get some local
Yeah.
businesses to come out
If we
and
can.
get the scouts out. I mean, that's definitely one thing. I know the scouts took a huge hit on Deptford Day. That was a big fundraising day for them, doing their funnel cakes and lemonade stuff at Deptford Day, and them losing that was huge.
And it seems like everybody loved Deptford Day. It was a big thing. People from everywhere came around for Deptford Day.
Yeah.
It could be a good day. I don't know the details of why we don't have a Deptford Day anymore. But
There's all kinds of rumors. We don't like to talk about rumors on the air.
But that's part of what we're trying to do when we get in. We'll find
We
out.
need to find out.
It doesn't matter why they got rid of it. We're going to do what we can to bring it back. Like I said, growing up in Pittman, we had all kinds of community events all the time, and it really, really does change the way the community acts.
Right.
You see your neighbors at these things. You see your first responders at these things. You see your town council guys at these things, and everybody really builds a sense of community.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The sense of community is going to be a big thing, and that's what we want to get back to. Easy stuff. Everybody comes together, we do these events, and it makes you feel like you're a part of the town. How will we get the Faulkner Act overturned?
We got that
so
under
we can
control,
actually
Bert.
vote for a mayor? So it's not necessarily.
First, we have to get in.
It's not overturning the Faulkner Act. It's positioning ourselves differently in the Faulkner Act. If you don't know, in Deptford, you don't vote for your mayor directly. They're an appointee of the council, and it is absolutely one of our policy positions that when we get in, we want to change that and make the mayor an elected official from the residents.
Yeah, that's one that goes along with our voice of the people,
Yep.
transparency, all that.
Accountability.
Yeah, accountability. We don't see any reason why the mayor should not be elected at large from the public.
Yep.
And it really gives a chance, like I said, bring it up from the bottom. Right now, if you want to be mayor, you got to run on the council. You gotta run with a bunch of other guys you might not like,
Yep.
or they might not be from your party. Right now, if an independent wants to get elected as mayor, they'll have a hell of a time because they can't run with anybody. They got to run by themselves or find 4 other guys to run with them.
Yeah.
It would be nice for good people in our community to be able to run for mayor and have a chance of getting elected. Some different voices on the town. To run the town.
So Bill says it could be a popularity contest voting for mayor. And well, to a point it is, but any elected position is going to be that.
Popularity contest?
Yeah, but so, if you're watching what's going on in the town and you want to make a difference, like Rich said, you'd have to jump on a ticket to get into the council. Rather than doing that, you can just put your hat in for mayor.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can hold the council accountable yourself.
And the thing is, the mayor doesn't become king. They still have to check with the council, and it becomes a checks and balances system, which we don't have when the mayor is elected off the council, because when the mayor is elected off the council,
is a one-party council.
Well, even when the council's not a one-party council, if the council is electing the mayor is going to push the council's agenda. If the mayor is separately elected, he can push his own agenda, and the council can push their own agenda, and they can work with and against each other, which is what gridlock in government is what keeps the government honest and what keeps the government from overreaching on its citizens. It's very important that we have that.
Yeah, so we definitely, we've got, if you go on the website, you can see just our basic policy positions, and we're going to be outlining them a little more and getting a little more detailed as we go along, especially with these town halls, because like I said, the whole point of these virtual town halls is to get the information out, introduce ourselves, and then get the feedback as we can from the town. I think we're going on quite a bit. We're gonna maybe just
Right, we're rambling on at this point.
which I'm okay with.
And it's been a long day. I'm
I
tired.
could go on for hours.
I'll go on all night.
Now I'm comfortable. I don't know. I was very, very nervous in the beginning. I think the more we have these, the more I'm getting comfortable, and that's why we're doing these in February. Like as it gets closer to the election, we're going to be good with this. We're going to have no problem, doing these live streams and really getting our voice out to the people. So I think this is great.
Yep, that's it. And then the last one that we did definitely helped out. We got out there. It was nice.
Yeah.
Well, any last minute questions? If you got them in chat, stick them in. We're gonna we'll field them if we can.
Yeah, give them a couple minutes. All right, let's not talk strategy on the video yet.
Well,
but Bill, if you got any questions, I mean, like we are outnumbered. But I'll tell you one thing: Donald Trump got 7,900 votes out of Deptford. Joe Biden got 9,000.
Mm-hmm.
We have votes here, and if we get our people out, we turn some independents, and I think it's less about Democrat versus Republican and more about giving the town a voice. Just because we're Republicans does not mean we're only here for the Republican Party and only here for the Republicans in town. We are honestly just regular guys running with the Republican Party because of conservative issues, like fiscally conservative.
Well, those are my
if one thing, I'm a Republican because I don't like seeing my taxes get wasted.
Yep.
I don't think a bigger government is the answer.
Right.
All the bigger government means is more bureaucracy, more wasted tax dollars on more government programs and things that are just horribly inefficient. I like the Republican message because I would like to see a smaller government, and I've realized that is not fully the Republican message. Because people are saying, well, that's not what the National Party's doing and all this stuff. But that is what the Deptford Republicans, we are our own Republican Party here. And we have a message, and the message is for Deptford, transparency, accountability,
yep.
Not waste your tax dollars. I'm a frugal guy. That's why it's taken me years to fix up my grandparents' house. You know what I mean? And I'm doing it piece by piece, and I save my money up. I don't drive a brand new car. I mean, I'm sure some of you guys have seen my truck. I have an old beat up rusty truck, but that thing's going to run forever, and that's just how I am. I'm frugal with my money, and I'm going to be frugal with your money.
And to the question of the split of Republicans and Democrats in town, the Republicans are not alone. There are a lot of people registered Republicans in this town, so you're not alone out there. The Republicans haven't had anybody to run in a long time, so their voice.
It's been 11 years since.
Yeah, it's been a long time, too long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so far as engaging, with COVID, it's tough. Right now we're doing these virtual town halls, and that's, we got a good social media presence. But once this weather breaks, we're going to be out there. We're going to be available. I want to shake hands. I don't want fist bumps or elbows. I'm shaking hands. Hey, how you doing? We're the Deptford Republican Club. We're here to work for you.
Yeah, exactly. And to add on what Bert said about the scary stuff in the general election and the votes being counted, one thing that I cannot stress enough why we need these volunteers. We need, I think there's 10 or 11 polling stations in Deptford.
In Deptford.
We're going to need volunteers at each one of those polling stations as poll challengers.
Yep.
And that's part of keeping the system honest. I was a poll challenger last election. We only had one polling station at Deptford High School, so we had a couple challengers there. And, I can't say too much happened, but being there to keep an eye on what happens is definitely important, and that's one of the reasons why we need all these volunteers. You got to be a challenger at your poll station. If you're not challenging at your poll station and you can work the election as actually counting ballots or work the polls, we need Republicans working the polls. You can even get paid for that. That's not even a volunteer thing. I forget what's paying, but it's not bad for a day's work. Counting ballots. There's all kinds of poll jobs you guys can do. And right now the Democrats have our polls, they're outnumbered big time. They can't find enough Republicans to work the polls. I think it's supposed to be 50-50, but right now I don't know if it is. So definitely get out there and volunteer, That's part of keeping the system honest, is we have to get up and get active.
Well, I think that it's at the point that one of the things, get up and get active, get involved. If, all change starts locally, all politics is local, and if we're not the ones getting involved, that's why I'm here. We seen what was going on. We weren't happy with it, and we're
exactly.
If not us, who?
Yeah.
If not you, who? Do you want to just leave us up to do it for the rest of our lives? Because
Yeah, we're not here. We're gonna get the ball rolling, and we want this club and this council and everything. We want to see it run by the community.
Yep.
So you got Bill asking why why haven't there been anyone opposing the Dems? I mean, that's simply because there hasn't been a Republican organization to oppose them. They've had a stranglehold on the politics in this town. It's very unfortunate, and I can't say that I'm to blame. I mean, I'm doing what I can. Maybe some of the older generation dropped the ball, honestly, because
it's that to a point, but it's also kind of partly the Republican Party in New Jersey as a whole. You know, a lot of these townships don't have Republican parties, you know, and if we're going to have our voice heard, which is what we're trying to do here, we need to build these local parties up, because the local parties is the backbone of the state. I mean, that's how we're going to be able to get our agenda through.
We definitely need your help, so please come out and volunteer.
Yeah, volunteer. It's grassroots, guys. We want your help more than we want your money.
Right now,
you can't pay somebody to work as hard as a dedicated volunteer at work, and we want you guys out there knocking on doors with us. You get somebody that's talking and asking tons of questions, give us a call. Be like, you know, we're going to go out as a group. We're going to be out there. We might not be at that person's door, but if they want us to come, we'll come running.
Well, and what's nice about what we're doing right now is you can get on the ground level of an organization and actually make a difference, and your voice will be heard. You know, you can join the Democrat Party, but are they going to listen to you? I mean, right now, you know, if we have an executive meeting, we might have 12 people in the room. Your voice, you're going to get to speak, and we're going to hear you. We're going to see what we have. I think, you know, what we're building here is definitely good. We're on a roll, and we're ready for November, and we're going to compete. We're not here to play around. We're here to win.
Yeah, we're definitely here to win. So, and we need your vote, and we need your help. We need your friends' vote. We need the vote of the community. We need more than just the Republicans to vote for us. We need everybody too, and I think we can earn that. I think we can definitely earn that. But we need to make sure, you know, it's easy to go on Facebook Live or make tons of Facebook posts, but not everybody's on Facebook.
Well, that's one of the things.
That's what we have to get out, which we will in the spring. We will as we get closer to the election. We don't want to waste our manpower going out too early. You know, we got to get our message out when people are still going to remember us. You know, if we went out right now in the freezing cold and knocked on every door in Deptford, they would forget us by probably even.
Why are you wasting my heat?
So, yeah. Is that what you would? Yeah. Why are you standing there talking to me while the heat's coming out? So we're going to be going out. Spring is going to be big for us for sure.
Yeah, we cannot do this alone. Can't stress that enough. It's only the small group like that, like was being said. We need you to get out and talk to your neighbors, talk to your family members about. Let them know that there is a Deptford Republican Club in town. We have a party. We need your help.
We need your help. We want to hear from everybody. You know, that's one of the things that we really want to push. You know, Rich says it all the time. We're not here for the Republicans. We're here for Deptford. We just happen to have an R next to our name because those are our core beliefs.
And we are here. You know, I do believe that the Republican Party is the party that's going to help change New Jersey for the better. I think that's going back to our council. You know, our council has been in power for so long. They've had their chance to show what they can do for our town. Just like the Republican or the Democratic Party has had their chance to show what they can do with New Jersey, and I can't say everybody in New Jersey is happy about it. So if you'd like to start seeing a change, it starts local. You know, get us elected, and the fire will spread. More towns will hear, oh my God, Deptford flipped red. Wow, wonder how they do it, and they'll come to us and we'll say, look, you got to start by getting this thing started in your town.
Yep.
And it spreads with the grassroots. You know. And the message of the people. That's what we're here for. We're just regular beer and blue jeans guys just out here hanging out. You know, the Republican Party is the big tent party. We're blue collar, we're, you know, small business owners, we're all kinds of people, and we welcome everybody. You know, come to our meeting. If you got a question, you know, about us, or you feel like you're not going to be accepted if you come to our meeting, just please come, because you will be accepted. Your voice will be heard. We will listen to everything you say. And that's the thing with Derek saying we're a small organization. We are running the organization right now, but you could be running the organization next year.
And we hope you do.
Yeah, we want to see you come up. We want to see, you know, if you have a message that you want to push, if you want to have change you want to make in the community, come out and tell us and put your volunteer hours in and put your time in, and the message will change. Like, we are not set, nothing is set in stone. You know, we are pushing our message, and you know we're doing it for you and for the Republicans of Deptford.
And
so
that message
give us
can
your
definitely grow. You know, like I said, we have our basic outlines of what we want to do. Like I said on the website, DeptfordNJGOP.com, or I'm sorry, DeptfordNJGOP.org. And that gives us the outline. But you know, as issues come up, we're going to have to address them.
Yeah.
Now,
sure.
there was a question at the very beginning of this. Where were we at?
Is anybody still watching?
Yeah. I forget who posted it, and forgive me.
I can't honestly cannot believe you guys are still watching us talk.
Yeah, well,
it's wonderful.
They're interested. But there was a question, is our party Republicanism or Trumpism? And I would say a mix.
I would like to say that we want to stay away from more of the national politics thing.
Right.
So we're not Trumpism or anything. We're just, I want to say Deptfordism. We're running on Deptford pride. We want to help the community. It doesn't matter what's going on in the national politics. We want to know what you want your local community to be doing, and your government to be doing to help you.
Yeah, I mean, we stick to the basic Republican principles, just basic stuff. We're not trying to push any national agenda. We're not trying to interfere on anybody's rights or liberties with their body or anything like that.
To kind of underline that point.
100%.
If you're a registered Democrat in Deptford, and you came to us and said, "Hey, I want to help you guys out because I don't like the Democrat leadership in Deptford," I'm not going to tell you no.
Yeah, exactly. No, yeah. Anybody that wants to help, we will hear you out. I mean, 100%. We're here for Deptford. We're here for Deptford first, the Republican Party second. We're definitely not trying to knock the Republican Party, but there's definitely things that I don't agree with that the national party's doing, and that's part of it. And, I'm sure there's Democrats. In fact, I know there's Democrats that are involved with the Democrat Party that aren't happy with what their national party's doing.
Sure.
And that's part of politics. There isn't just. They like to split us into two groups.
Right. Yeah.
And it's definitely not two groups. It might be two parties.
It's not black and white. It's varying shades of gray.
Yeah. And some of us in our club are full Trumpism or full other parts of the Republican Party, and some of us, myself, are more middle of the road. Or some of us are more libertarian. And that's okay. And that's what I tell everybody at all our meetings. Like, we're here for Deptford. We're here for basic Republican principles, and everybody, the Republican message is pretty wide. So it's like, come tell us what you're about, and nobody's going to judge you on this. This is as long as you're here and you're honest. We're willing to hear you out, and as long as you're willing to hear us out. That's
what I would
the
boil
thing.
it down to isn't necessarily basic Republican principles. It's basic American principles.
American principles. Yeah.
Governance by the people for the people. Transparency, openness, these are the things that we want. Freedom.
Yeah,
freedom. That's what
I'm trying to bring up the Republican creed here. Yeah, the free enterprise system.
Yeah, I like that.
That's one thing the Republicans believe that free enterprise system is the most productive supplier of human needs and economic justice. And that's the thing is like, it's small government, fiscal responsibility,
And you can see right now in New Jersey, small government, fiscal responsibility, and small business is all under attack, and that's all throughout New Jersey. And that's part of our job as coming up at Deptford is that so that we can mitigate that damage that's coming from the top, coming from Trenton, from hurting Deptford. Because again, we do have some of the lowest taxes around, right? And we need to keep that.
Definitely.
Although I think you said that you were doing some research and doing
I was doing the research, and I found that over the past 5 years, our taxes have gone up about 13% over the past 5 years, and it seems that you can watch on the Facebook page for the township that they're saying stuff that taxes are stable and we're keep taxes low, but in a way the taxes are low, but they keep on going up. I want to know why. That's the thing.
Well, we want to know why, and why are we losing some services?
Exactly.
Our taxes are continually going up, but we lose Deptford Day. So what sense does that make?
And our ambulance. We lost our town ambulance.
Our emergency services. That was one of the things that shocked me when I got involved. Is that Deptford got rid of the emergency, the EMS, and it went to a county level.
Yeah.
And then when they were talking about trying to get rid of the police chief position. And make that another council appointee.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
And that definitely happened while we were starting up, so there wasn't much we could do about it,
Right.
But
well, we had people show up to voice their opinions.
We showed up to the protest, we voiced our opinions, and our opinions simply weren't heard. I mean, that was one thing that really got me going. At those keep the chief council meetings, it's like we were met they were pretty rude to us, and I think that was definitely uncalled for, and that definitely really made me want to run. I was like, just the way they talk to people. We're regular people. It's hard enough. I'm getting more used to it now the more public speaking I do, but it's hard to get out in front of people and talk.
Absolutely.
It's like when you're talking with your friends, it's easy. It's easy to go on and remember your points. But once you start looking at all those other faces in the room or looking at that camera, it's really easy to forget what you were just about to talk about. And I want to keep that in mind when people are talking to us as the council. We don't know who they are, but they know who we are, and they might be, nervous or for whatever reason, public speaking is rough. And I would like to keep that in mind. Treat everybody with respect.
Yep.
Listen to everybody's opinion and give them a chance to speak it.
Yep. So, Lisa, is the town council currently totally under Democrat control? Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
For the, you can say decades.
Yeah, it's been decades.
Yep.
So I think my past research, it's 2011 was the last time that the Republicans had a full ticket running.
Yep.
So and our organization's been dead pretty much since then. And from what I've heard, talking to the candidates that ran then, it was pretty much dead then. So we got a good thing going here.
Yep.
We got a lot of energy. We got a lot of great volunteers. And we're really just going for it. So we would love for you to be a part of this.
It's
and
a
just
full
help
send
us.
scenario at the moment.
Yeah.
We're going.
Oh yeah, we're going for it. We're going full send.
Yep.
Get 4 people on the council. We'll really be able to change things. We're going to take majority, and we're just really going to push this through. So, hopefully you guys have our backs and you help us out. Get to the polls, get them voters out, and
we want to have your backs.
Yeah.
I think that's the whole thing.
You guys get us elected, we'll have your back. I mean, I know politicians have said this in the past, but
they say all
we're not politicians.
We're not.
So.
Not yet, anyway.
Not yet. Yeah. I hope to become an honest politician. You guys can look back on and say, you know what, Rich was a really great councilman.
Maybe we'll get a portrait of you in the municipal.
No, I do not want a portrait.
Are you sure?
Yes. Don't spend money on a portrait of me, please.
No money.
But like I said before, I mean, if you elect us, we definitely need you to help hold us accountable. We want you to hold us accountable. We want you calling us up at 3 o'clock in the morning to complain. I mean,
Maybe
you
not
guys might
3.
not, but I won't mind it.
That's fine. That's totally fine.
Yeah, listen, we're here. We're here now, open and available to answer questions, and we will be if we get elected. That's plain and simple.
Things won't change.
We'll be out. We'll be out there. Any closing questions? If you got, let's see them. Otherwise, if you got anything in closing to say, a little outro. Or,
No, I'm good for now.
Good. Good.
All I can say is just get out there and get involved with us. It's going to be work, but it's also going to be a really good time. I mean, honestly, every time we have a meeting, I think everybody has more fun than they expected. The new people come out, they have fun. We're having fun. And like win or lose, we're having a good time. We're at least being the voice of opposition. Now at least our opponents at least have to be on their best behavior. Because they actually have somebody running against them for once.
They have to play the game a little bit.
Yeah.
And we're already seeing, we're seeing a little bit of movement. I don't want to brag, but I think they stole our small business talking point.
Yeah.
In the last council meeting, Madani said, we got to make sure that local business is a talking point. And I really do believe that's kind of Democrats on a whole. They believe it is just a talking point.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm a small business owner, Rich works for a family business, you work a union job, but you're a laborer, you know what it is to work.
Yeah.
We are here for the working families in Deptford and all of Deptford.
I think that's the important thing, the working families. When you go to work and you're shoveling or you're throwing boxes of meat, or driving a forklift, busting knuckles, wrenching, getting dirty, down and dirty, landscaping, whatever you're doing, you don't want to see. You're working hard for that money. You don't just want to see those tax dollars get wasted on administrative fees and lawyers and all kinds of stuff. You want to make sure that your tax dollars are going to the right places.
Yep. And that the people that you have running your town are for you. Not everybody. You work that 9 to 5 or a 12-hour day, or you don't have time to keep the council in check. So let us get in there and keep them in check ourselves. We're regular, normal guys, and that's what we need.
And reach out to you. How nice would it be to just open your phone and see a message?
No, sir, I'm not. Sorry, buddy.
Oh my God! Oh look, the town council guys, they posted again. Oh look. Oh geez, they spent a ton of money. Oh what the hell? I guess they kind of had to. Well, at least they're letting me know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or I'm gonna call that guy tomorrow morning and give him an earful.
Give him help. We don't need that new playground or something. Let us know.
And we'll hear it out. Our council meetings won't be 10 minutes online.
Yeah.
I don't know how you get through an entire month's work in 10 minutes. That doesn't make sense to me. But we'll be here to engage. That's it. We're here for you guys.
We'll ramble on for Jesus, oh my God.
It's nearly an hour.
We've been going on for a while.
We gotta get out.
It's time to go to bed.
Visit our website. I'm putting the links here in the chat. You can scroll back and see them. Visit our website. Check us out. See what we're doing. Check out our next event. Our big event is the St. Patty's Day party. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, come on out to that. That's
all of
gonna
our
be nice.
candidates will be out there. They'll give their their speeches. They'll walk around shaking hands.
Partying, we're gonna party.
It's going to be fun.
Definitely, it's gonna be a good party.
Yeah.
We're gonna be dancing, hopefully.
You don't want to see me dance.
I will.
Sorry.
We're gonna be dancing. We're gonna be dancing. We're gonna get out on the dance floor and we're gonna shake our booties and
That's
everything.
right.
That's gonna be great.
Now we're going to lose. Okay, that's going to be.
No one's gonna come now.
someone's
Someone's gonna
gonna-
be dancing.
Someone will catch that on film. That'll be out there.
You
You
can viral.
can't dance.
Just watch our TikTok videos, right? We're gonna have those.
Not yet. But,
All right. Well, anyway, I think that's good. Anyway,
All right,
we'll
guys.
see y'all. Thank you for hanging out for this long with us. I can't believe we still have 18 people watching us after almost an hour.
Yeah. Well, look, it's
An hour. It's been an hour.
It's been an hour. We
All
gotta
right.
get out. We gotta get out.
See you
All right,
guys.
Thank
See
you
you
for coming
later.
out. Have a good night. You gotta go kill it, I think.
Oh, I have to kill it. All right.
It's been a long day for all of us.
End the live video. There we go.